Hey, it's Joe from Evo.
And Jason from Kinetic, and we're here today to talk about some active recovery for the hamstrings.
Cool. So the hamstrings is a muscle group that we don't typically think of using a whole ton while we ride our bikes, especially while pedaling. But if you spend a lot of time either in the bike park or maybe on a shuttle day with friends, you're actually using your hamstrings a lot to support yourself in that aggressive riding position. So this area can get lit up on those big bike park or shuttle days.
So a great way that we can do this is, or loosen up those tissues, is to grab a softball or a lacrosse ball and use that essentially as a foam roller on the hamstring. So elevating up onto a higher bench works really, really well here. He's gonna pin some tissues down that might feel tight, kind of exploring the lateral or medial part of that hamstring. And once he finds a tight spot, he's gonna pin it down, put a little weight into it by leaning over, and then slowly bring that leg up a bit, and you can probably feel some of those knots kind of pulling apart a little bit more efficiently here. Once you find them, you can roll up and down and find another spot, and again, just kind of pull, pin, and floss through that tissue a few times, spending a minute or two, finding those spots, exploring throughout the hamstring, all the way up into the hip, and all the way down to a few inches above the knee is a good shooting point there. Yeah, it should feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
And then other options while you're even on the trail, if your hamstrings are feeling really tight, Joe's gonna take you through a nice hamstring stretch.
So yeah, this is a tool that you'll typically have with you on a bike ride. So usually I'll just kind of put a foot up or wherever you can kind of manage, and then kind of stretch out the hamstrings.
So what we're looking for here while you're doing this is to maintain a pretty neutral spine. So he's gonna start tall here, get a nice neutral spine, and then bring the hips back, in essence, trying to maintain this neutral position. What most people do incorrectly, or maybe not getting the most out of the stretch, is to really just lose the core position and bending through the spine like this. That's not changing the hamstring stretch much, it's more bending through the back. So we wanna maintain this posture and bring the tailbone up towards the sky, and probably finding a stretch a lot earlier, and then if you need more, you can kind of lean forward.
And I feel it's way higher up in my hamstring.
So spending some time, it doesn't have to be super intense, but spending 30 seconds to a minute there is a great shooting point. So
yeah, and we'll see you on the trail.